Constitution is the is the oldest is the oldest form of employment, brother. If I'm broke as I ain't basically working because I ain't out here working, or I ain't out here pulling in no bread or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm also out here fucking with the at the same time.
You cannot have it both ways.
No, sir. You can't see it. You can't steal second and still have your foot on first.
Your music, it does strike me as conscious rap.
If you fall up under the eyes of this person that sees, you don't know no better. I might be able to get you to come pay me to do a show and take all the money from the door. So everybody that you invited, not only did the artist pay me to do this, but everybody he invited paid me for him to do this for me for free.
What's been the reason for like your inconsistency? Man,
for real, ups and downs in like mental health. Like I'm going crazy, but more so in the sense of like, man, yo, I'm tired of being a dead horse.
Damn, what's this?
The Untouchables, baby.
Back for the first time, DJ Ken Duff. This is the Duff Effect. I got my boy, rapper, singer, songwriter, producer.
Yeah.
Skinner, what's going on?
What's up with it, man?
What's up with it? What's up with it?
I appreciate you for having me, man.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
This is special to me, so.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. Hit you in the DM, like, man, we gotta, put it together, you know what I'm saying? So we here.
Absolutely.
First of all, how did you get your name, Skinner?
All right, long story short, I actually got it from Cuddy. But Cuddy didn't give it to me. I stole it from Cuddy, and I figured nobody would know.
Cuddy who?
Kid Cuddy.
Okay.
So the reason why is because I was going by Skinny Hendrix, right? And Skinny was like
I
the
remember
first
Skinny
name.
Hendrix from back in the day.
Right,
Yeah.
so Skinny Hendrix. So Skinny, I just remember he was like, I'm Cuddy, Smooth Duder, Kudwa, right? But he would call himself Cudder, right?
Okay.
Like that was, you know how, like just in his own weird
It's like
way or whatever.
early Kid Cudi.
Yeah, he would call himself Cudder. So I just was like, all right, Cuddy, or I was like Skinny, Cuddy. And then he was like Cudder, and I was like Skinner. And then I just thought about it. And then I said it in a line. I said it in a rhyme one day, and just made some other shit off of it or whatever. And then I liked it, and I was like, man, this Skinny Hendrix is everywhere. Like I see, there's a band Skinny Hendrix. Like there's a whole bunch of Skinny Hendrix, but I don't see a whole lot of Skinner anywhere.
Right.
So I just kind of changed it to Skinner Hendrix.
So it was like
shortened it to Skinner.
But the whole Skinner was a play off of Kid Cudi line, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I couldn't. It was a play off the Kid Cudi line based off of the Skinny Hendrix thing. You know what I mean? Like, because it was just too many places, and I thought about that the one day, and then I was like, yeah, I think I want to just keep it like this instead of trying to battle everybody else who call themselves Skinny Hendrix.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh, am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you good. You good. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you can cuss. You all right. Cool. So let's get into it, man. First of all, I want to start with your upbringing. First of all, like where you from?
Euclid.
Yeah. Okay, so you grew up
Ohio,
on the east side.
Yeah.
What kind of kid was Skinner growing up?
Man, I wanted to be a basketball player. I was playing basketball every day. Like my house had a hoop in the backyard. We had like a decent sized cement space out there to really be able to get like a decent game in. So I was just playing basketball every day. That's all I wanted to be. And then my dad was like real big into music, like used to sing in a group and stuff. And he started slowly teaching me stuff over time or whatever. And then he started making me do like stuff, like music, like learn songs or like learn, play piano and stuff like that. He would like make me do this shit. And as irritating as it was, it really ended up turning out to be a big blessing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So with you singing, he just kind of discovered it just on his own one day, or like, how did that happen?
I really don't know who was the first person to say, he might be able to sing a little bit or something, but I just always loved music. Like I always fucked with music. And then like my dad, you know what I'm saying, he old school, so like talking about like the upbringing, like we used to learn Temptation steps and Jackson 5
on
and
your
like
on your doo-wop shit.
yeah, bro. But like also like even going further than that, me and my father used to teach me and my little brother 3-part harmonies. So not only are we doing the steps, but we're singing the harmonies too though while we doing it. We had this big ass mirror, like a real big mirror in the living room.
Okay.
And so we could see ourselves when it was time to rehearse. And that's like it was my dad used to have us, he had this joke about this group between us and it was called Pop and Fresh. Pop and Fresh, he came up with that name.
That was a name for
that was gonna be the name for a dad and his 2 sons that was just out here
popping fresh.
Yeah, popping fresh, man. Man.
So, were y'all ever an official group back in the day?
Nah. Nope.
Okay.
Nah. That Ben didn't really like that much. Like Ben is my little brother. Like he didn't really like it that much. Which is crazy. He grew up to be a incredible dancer. But as far as like singing and I think it was being put on the spot, my dad would just be like, hey, hit that song. And we'll be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be in, somewhere, a public place.
Right.
For somebody that he just ran into that he knew 15 years ago. And be like, yeah, this is what me and my sons do now. Hit that song.
And you had to hit it like on the spot.
Yeah, and my brother would be like, again. Like, so after a while of that, like he didn't really fuck with that shit though. But I kind of like the fame that you got from it, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to impress people. So I kind of kept on with that stuff where he didn't.
So like the attention that you got from it.
Yeah. I definitely love the attention. That was one of the things that made me like go hard for it.
So growing up, once you got, a young teenager into your older teenage years, when did you decide to take music serious?
I was in 8th grade and I was in Saturday school, and I had this beat program called Cakewalk, and it was like where you was able to like produce, and it used to work side by side with Fruity Loops, and I was on Fruity Loops 4, the demo version.
Okay.
Trying to make beats, and
back in the day, shit.
Yeah,
for real.
bro, I was on
Back
Fruity
in the
Loops
day
4,
shit, for
baby.
real.
Yeah, I still remember what it looked like, but so I'd be like making beats or whatever because that's what came natural to me is to just hear the beat or whatever. And then I was in Saturday school one day. I don't know why I was there, or why I ended up there, but I was in Saturday school and I ended up writing a song. Just like not even like knowing that I really could sing yet, but I was like, no, I knew I could sing, but I had never written a song. I didn't know if I could write. That's really what it was.
Okay.
And I wrote this song.
So this was your first time just putting pen to paper and just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that shit actually ended up on my first album. That song that I wrote ended up on my first album. Yeah. From 8th grade.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to come back to that as far as the 8th grade situation in your story. Yeah. But as far as
the song is so elementary.
As far as albums go, I went on your Apple Music and I didn't see any kind of content, no material at all.
Nothing.
Why is that?
Because I only have one actual project that is, 2 actual projects that are downloadable. One of them is not under Skinner, and you won't find it. You probably won't find it unless I just tell you what it is.
I mean, we'll go ahead and tell us.
Here we go. If you want to find, this is the first time I'm saying this publicly. This is crazy. Okay. Exclusive. No, if you want to find the album,
drop a fucking bomb.
If you want to find the album that I made in high school that I used to sell for $10 a pop and did my first show off of, you have to look up. You have to look up Apollo, because that was my first stage name. You have to look up Apollo, and you have to look up Adolescent Knowledge. That's what I called it. That's what the
that was the name of the.
And I made every beat on there. I was singing backgrounds. I got features.
Yeah.
Everything. And I dropped it when I was 16, but I wrote everything from the time I was in 8th grade till I was like 15. And I put all of that stuff on just on a CD. And I recorded it in a studio, like an actual studio.
Okay.
I recorded it in the studio and paid a whole bunch of money. I didn't pay nothing. My mother and my father paid a bunch of money for me to put out some bullshit.
Why
it's so elementary, bro.
I mean, but you got to think you was a kid back then, though. So
yeah, and they didn't know no better neither. Though.
You writing about what it is, you going through or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
But see, and that's the thing, though. I'm writing what I was really writing. I was writing what I was listening to on the radio. I was writing my version of what I was listening to on the radio. Okay. But you also got to think about what I'm listening to on the radio in 8th grade, 9th grade.
Right.
And also, I'm not only listening to 107.9. I'm listening to 106.5 in 8th and 9th grade too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget I got a white mom and white sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. So you getting all the flavors, like,
yeah, and trying to figure out what out of this works for me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and that's what you ended up with. You ended up with the knowledge of a fucking adolescent.
And you said adolescent's knowledge.
Adolescent knowledge.
And then your stage name was Apollo?
Apollo. Because Apollo is the god of music and poetry. There is still people right now that know me from way back then that still call me Apollo to this day. And I got AP tatted on my neck because that's short for Apollo.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
When did you get that tatted?
Oh shit. I was probably like 18.
Oh, so like kind of still like around that same time a little bit.
It was fresh out of that. Cause everybody kept on calling me AP. So I had turned from Apollo to AP by way of the public, like by way of the people that was like referencing me to people.
Right.
And the people that when you would see me outside, hey, what's up, AP? Like, so now everybody just thinks I'm AP. They don't know what it stands for, nor do they care. They just know, oh, that's AP.
But by that time you had already, now you Skinner at that point, or Skinny Hendrix.
Nope. Skinner didn't happen. Skinny Hendrix didn't happen until I moved to Florida. I moved to Florida for like the better part of a year. And when I was down there, I had this shirt. I bought this shirt from Walmart when Walmart was doing this big Jimi Hendrix like push, and they had like 1,000 Jimi Hendrix shirts. And I had one. I bought one. And I took a picture because he had like this little afro, and I had just cut my hair. My hair was long like this, right. But I had just cut my hair. And so I had like this little fro that was like this long. And I took a picture in the mirror like this, and I captioned it, Skinny Hendrix.
Okay. And then like that's...
And I was like, that shit like, well, it got a little ring to it. I like, well, he like that. I had never seen it before, never heard it before, no nothing. Just captioned it, Skinny Hendrix, because I was a little skinny motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I had the Jimi Hendrix shirt on, but it just said Hendrix at the bottom.
Okay. So
I just said, Skinny Hendrix on the picture, and then I liked that, and I was like, man, yo, fuck that Apollo shit. Like that Apollo shit is dead. Right. That AP shit is like so AP is always gonna be who it is to whoever it is. You know what I mean? But I was like, we gotta move on. We gotta leave that person behind, whoever that is, because we moving on to bigger and better things.
We evolving.
And also AP and Apollo is more of a singer. That's all singing. That's all pop, R&B, singing shit.
Right.
But that singer motherfucker wanted to rap though too. He didn't want to not sing, but he wanted to rap though.
So you felt like in order to be the artist that you wanted to be, the name pivot, that was kind of a part of your your transformation. Yeah, this is the first time this story is ever being told. Okay.
Yeah. It was like it was like Apollo or AP was like, it sounded too soft to make somebody, to say a bar where somebody be like, who said that? Apollo. That don't sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Who
for sure.
said that? Skinner. It just sounded better to me at the time, so I just rolled with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. So from 8th grade up until 10th, 11th, when you put the your first album out, just kind of bathroom singing at that point, or like?
I was writing songs from 8th grade to like 10th grade. I was writing songs, but they was like real elementary. Like it wasn't, I didn't know, I didn't really go through shit. Like I had went through shit, but it wasn't shit that I was talking about in the music, and it wasn't anything that was attractive to talk about in music.
Right.
So like I was writing songs, but I was trying to like write love songs, because my whole thing was whenever I would sing, the girls that was around, the girls in the school would be like, oh, he could sing. And I wanted to sing shit that I knew that I thought they was going to like.
That cater to the girls.
So that's the type of stuff I was trying to write, was stuff that was going to cater straight to the girls, because that's who I was after. That's the people that I wanted at my shows. I didn't care if a whole bunch of dudes came to my shows. I want the pretty girls there.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. I feel like it's been like always like kind of a, it's like, you know, you be on and off again with the music. It's like, you'll be on it, go hard, then you'll fade off. It's always like some kind of like patch in, you know, in between. Yeah. What's been the reason for like your inconsistency, for like lack of a better word?
Man, for real, ups and downs in like mental health. Like not like I'm going crazy, but more so in the sense of like, man, yo, I'm tired of beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I've been told I'm nice by a lot of the people whose opinion I respected. I've been already told I'm nice. I got my trophies already. So it's just like, why am I, it's like, why I don't even really feel like doing this no more, because when I turn the radio on, that's what I hear is not what I do. Now, this past year,
what you mean? Like, be kind of unpack that a little bit.
Like the type of stuff that has been on the radio, I'll say for the past year, is the closest that I've heard to shit that that resonates with me. Like as far as the rap side of it, the R&B side of it, like this past year,
okay,
has been the closest that it's gotten to me since like probably like 2016, maybe before. Yeah, probably like 2016. Like 2016, you kind of had like couple of people that was out there that was like, that to me was still like putting out good music, but I feel like 2016 opened up a floodgate for not having to try hard. And I feel like the only people that used to get signed and the only people that used to get pushed by like big entities was people that was the best. You know what I'm saying? Or were undeniable. You were undeniable like in your city. Like, so if you're that undeniable in your city, let's see what you look like in another city. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But nowadays it's more of it's like a popularity contest. If you can get everybody to click your link because you popular, then it don't matter whether your music is good or not. I've heard so many of the same song get said over and over and over. And mind you, there's nothing new under the sun, right? But being that there's nothing new under the sun and people have still figured out different ways to say it, I feel like the way that I was hearing the radio for a good part of a decade,
right,
was just lazy, really lazy music. You know what I'm saying? Really lazy, just...
That kind of made you kind of fall out of touch with it, out of love with it, so to say?
Yeah, it just made me feel like, yo, what am I trying so hard for if this is what's on the radio?
Right.
Like, when I might write my music, I try hard. Like, when I produce something, if I'm trying to, like, whatever I'm doing, when I'm putting it into the music, I'm giving it everything because I come from the era where the people that was on was the best. y'all was the best. 50 Cent was the least lyrical rapper that you found out around that time to me. Around that time, right? But I'm listening to Hove, Jadakiss. I'm listening to, I'm listening to Fab, like Lil Wayne, people who rap, like people who really, really rap, people who have shit to say in these bars.
Yeah, but what about that caused you to become unmotivated with your own artist, your own artistry? You know what I'm saying? Like,
cause I be jumping the gun, and I be thinking I think that I see where this shit is going, when really it really is unpredictable. Yeah, but I be thinking I see where it's going, and I'll be like, I'm not even about to keep on doing this shit if this is what y'all gonna do to it. Right. You know what I mean? Like, if this is what y'all gonna do to it, and mind you, that's just my perception. Like I said,
go ahead, my bad.
Like my perception is that everybody's music isn't for everybody, but I started seeing less lyrics, more popularity, less meaning, more clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like,
it started being about your image.
Yeah, instead of what you were saying. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, man, I don't know how many times we could hear about the same exact thing. Like, everybody, that's why I like battle rap, because y'all can say the same, y'all can talk about a gun in 100 different ways and never say the same thing twice.
Okay. Okay.
But how many times have you heard, I got a stick with a dick in it? or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But like, that's just like, and that's the exact line in 300,000 songs now. So like, I don't know. I don't know. I started seeing creativity leave, and it made me be like, man, I'm not about to keep on trying this hard to be creative, man. If this is what y'all paying to come see,
right? Because
when it's time for me to go, y'all gonna be like, who is this? Who is this? They gonna call me conscious, and I'm not conscious. I'm not a conscious rapper at all. But they gonna say that I'm conscious compared to the people I'm on that I go before.
To be honest, though, your music it does strike me as conscious rap. Only because just maybe like the style of like the beats, and I watched the I want to say the Wash video.
Yeah,
is that what it was called? The Wash.
The Wash 'em.
Wash 'em. Yeah. I watched that video. I actually watched that when he came out, and yeah, like it just struck me as like conscious rap, which is nothing wrong with that though.
So that's
or is it you don't want to be looked at as that?
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to be looked at as a conscious rapper because I'm not that conscious of a person.
How so? What you mean?
Like being a conscious rapper to me sounds is like reminds you of like Common, or like To Pimp a Butterfly. And I'm not Common or To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm actually an asshole on the low. But so I don't want somebody to think, oh, this is gonna be this nice guy, and then you see me in public and I'm acting a fool one day. You know what I mean? Like,
say, don't get it fucked up, huh?
Yeah. I'm not a conscious rapper, but I'm not a gangster neither though. I'm just not a conscious rapper.
Right.
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? I'm not.
I'm
not a bad guy.
One thing I noticed about a lot of artists, local artists, they'll have a string of songs, but a lot of times people don't have like a body of work. Like I said, when I looked you up, I didn't find a body of work. Even on YouTube, I didn't find a body of work. Why do you think? Well, first of all, why don't you have a body of work? And you've been doing music since you was a kid.
Because the real reason is because I don't spend enough time. I spent too much time jacking for beats. I spent too much time sharpening my pen on shit that was already there and not taking that music and putting it on original stuff. If I'd I got I got 1,000 songs, bro. If I just put them on original music, y'all got music for as long as y'all want.
What you mean, like original beats?
Yeah, original beats. That's the thing. I always fine tune my shit by finding the best bars that I can find, whoever did them first, and then doing the same song and seeing how I compare.
You know what? Let me stop you right there. Because earlier you said hearing other music that kind of made you fall out of love with it, right? Mm-hmm. But then you turn around and doing somebody else's music. So maybe that's what kind of knocked you off your square. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're not being original to begin with. So
maybe not. You know
what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, I'm trying to get you to look at it from a different side of things though. Like,
yeah, because when I you can give me a beat and I can write a verse to it, right? I could come up with my own stuff. I don't take anybody else's words or nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, he rapped on this like this. So what if I rap on this like this with the same type of direction that he was going, the same type of grit that he had, the same type of whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What if I did that and let's see how it sounds? And when I do that, I'm normally impressed, you know what I mean, with how I was able to keep up or whether I felt like I did better. You know what I mean? Like I'm normally, but then I do that and then I hear another one and I go, oh man, I gotta write to that one now. And I don't go to the studio and I don't, you know what I mean? But I don't go to the studio and I also don't take this stuff and I don't put them on original beats. Like we could keep it 100. If I hear a song on a hook or if I hear a hook on a song, I'm not gonna write my hook. I'm not gonna use the same hook. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna write my own based off of what it is that I wrote in my verse. You know what I mean?
But the blueprint is still
somebody else's.
It's still the music itself, though.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I said might be the best to ever do it and never do it.
And you got to think too. A lot of times when people when they do remixes, well, not remixes, but when they take other people's beats and do songs to them, you're still kind of influenced. You're going to say something similar to the original song. Like even Lil Wayne, you know, he was the master at taking nigga songs, but in every song he still referenced the original song.
Yeah, some kind of that. So and you know absolutely. What? That's kind of what I've been doing this whole time. I've been doing no ceilings.
You've been doing your rendition of somebody else's.
Yeah, I've been doing no ceilings this whole time. And just not putting the time into my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the nigga that been that's in the park that's better than Jordan that never went to the tryout.
No, that's not the same though, because that, you know what I'm saying, that's somebody that never went to the tryout. That's entirely different because they just never went because for whatever reason, right? Mm. I mean, just so we could just stay on subject. They made, you know what, man, I want to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
True.
You took your shot at it, but you just never, for whatever reason, you just never stepped outside of that and decided to do something else. So again, I just want to circle back to listening to other people's music at this time period. This made me not want to do it. Mm. But it's like, you comparing that to somebody else's music still. You're not comparing your music to that. You follow what I'm saying?
This is true.
Yeah, you're not comparing your music to it. Like that's why I asked you. I'm like, what about somebody else's artistry made you not want to walk in yours?
Yeah, no, it was just to me it didn't seem authentic. It seemed like everything was not about what you were saying. So, and to me, even when I was on somebody else's beat, even when I didn't find a beat myself and just write this, when I was on somebody else's beat, what I was saying was still relevant to, not relevant. It was still it still had more meaning than what I thought I kept on hearing when I was hearing other people listening to shit. When I'm hearing the radio, this is what's famous right now. You know what I mean? Like, I still felt like what I was saying, whether it's on somebody else's beat or not, I might have did it in the way that you did it, but what I'm saying it was still mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as it taking away from me taking my artistry or taking away from my artistry, it just, I don't know. I felt like I was gonna try hard and end up wasting my time.
Right.
That's really what it felt. I felt like it was gonna end up being a waste of time. But I can't. Can't stay away from it though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that might be your purpose. If that's the only thing that you can do that fulfills you like 100%.
Yeah.
'Cause, we could work a job, make a whole bunch of money. We could work 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still not. I don't give a fuck who you
Still
is.
not fulfilling.
I don't think nobody wants to get up and go to work, no matter how much money you making.
No, that's true. But when you're doing what you love, it don't feel like work.
It don't feel like work.
As long as you're getting paid enough to do what you love, you know what I mean? You're never going to work again.
So you've been at this music shit for a long time, like, being around different artists, different studios, different showcases. Like, what's some of the behind the scene things that don't get talked about that maybe more artists should be aware of, especially on like somebody that's coming up on the independent local scene?
A lot of people is your friends, especially if they see you out, like they see you in public. A lot of people is your friends. You know everybody. But everybody is not your friend though. And you'll find out the hard way.
You saying people pretend like they your friend when they see you
yeah,
out.
like it's cool to be cordial. You know what I mean? It's always cool to be cordial because don't nobody want to come out and and there be any type of bad energy or nothing like that when you out and we about to be in this venue together for the next however many hours. A lot of people don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the artists that I've been around, like due to my experience, has been, we want to keep this calm, cool, and collected and get up out of here. We want to have a good time and get up out of here. But once you get up out of here, though, there's a lot of people that don't really they don't fuck with you like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say to make sure that you still do the same and keep it cordial, but also realize that these people ain't really fucking with you like that. Don't assume that you got a friend, because you don't. You probably, it's less than likely that you have a friend out here for real if you met them in the scene. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a lot of the people like I've met in the scene, and I've got some really, really actual real good friends, like real good friends, people
that you met through music.
Yeah, that I met on the music scene. Yeah. I don't want to start naming names because then if there's names that I don't say, they're gonna call my phone later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But no, I met some like real good friends. But then I've also met people that when they walk up on you, everything is all sweet. Like everything's cool. And yo man, this my dog. This my dog right here. Da 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 da. But I personally heard about certain people that went back and said things differently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To trusted sources, to people that I trust, and that's the reason why I know it is because they said it to somebody who's too close to me that came back and told me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'll say, don't get hold out of your money. Don't get hold out of your money, and just because your grandma told you that you was nice, don't mean that you nice. You really got to actually see if you nice. Because if you not, people will play with your money and just allow you to just keep on spending your money with them. You know what I'm saying? As like to get shows, or you know what I mean. You could pay for this slide, or you could buy this from me because I'll do your merch for you or whatever, and they know the whole time, man, you sound like shit or something. You know what I mean? Like
right.
So yeah, it's just. Make sure, like, ask questions and make sure that you know what it is that you're getting into on the independent side. Ask questions and know what you're getting into.
Speaking on that, as far as showcases go, do you feel like promoters? Do you feel like they kind of take advantage of artists that they kind of know they aren't as talented, or maybe the artist just doesn't know too much like about the business side of it? Because I feel like as an artist, you really shouldn't be like paying to perform anywhere. Like that never made sense to me. Unless you're in front of like somebody that's within the quote unquote industry, or that could get you next to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if you're how they say, if, would you take the dinner with Jay-Z, or would you take the 500,000? Right?
Yeah.
So like a lot of people say take the dinner with Jay-Z or whatever, right? In this case, you paying for your slot. If your slot involves somebody like Jay-Z, pay for the slot. You know what I'm saying? Like if your slot involves somebody that really can like pinpoint like a Teddy Riley, Jermaine Dupri, Gucci will sign a motherfucker in a minute.
Yeah, like we said, somebody that's within the industry.
And if nobody can you can say, hey, you know what? I fucks with you. Let's put in some phone calls. You got a manager? You know what I mean? If it's not something that's like that, it's not too many reasons why you should be paying for a show. And that's in my opinion. But also, I'm not a promoter. But if you doing a show and none of y'all on the show got any more fame than each other, I don't feel like nobody in that show should be paying.
Right.
If we all up and coming and we all trying to do something together, and you know what I mean? And then who's to say if you get into one of them shows, man, sometimes like I got invited to a show before, and the person asked me to be a part of the show. Hey, I'm fucking with you, dog. Like, yo, you nice. They came in with the compliment side first. Like, yo, I'm fucking with you, dog. Like, you one of the nicest in the city. Da 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 da. You trying to be on this show? Like, I think I could use. Like, I think it would be a good idea for you to be on this show.
Okay.
All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could do it. When's the show? You give me all the details or whatever. Now, I didn't say I never asked about pay, no nothing. At that time, I didn't have no manager, but I was buzzing though. Like my phone was ringing, and I was doing shows every weekend. So it's coming up time to do the show, and like 2 days before the show, they're like, yeah, we asking everybody that's performing to donate $25 for your slot. And I was like, now essentially I didn't end up paying $25 though, because I'm like, man, that's not what we talked about. Like, you asked me to be a part of this show and then gonna ask me to pay for my slot.
Right.
You came and got me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm high and mighty or nothing like that, but it's more so if you come and get somebody,
you ask me.
You then should not ask them to pay for what you came to get them.
Like,
for.
man, you asked me on a date.
On the low, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to take it there, but it's more like, it's like, if you came and got me and said, I'm expecting, this is how it really is. I'm expecting that you hit me up to make me a part of your show because you thought it was going to draw some traction. You got a flyer, it's got my picture on it, it's got my name. Yo, we also got Skinner coming. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm thinking that even if I'm really not super famous, I'm buzzing a little bit right now.
Because
so
you reached out to me.
You reached out to me, so I'm thinking that you want me to improve the quality of your show, not pay for my slot. You know what I mean? And then come to find out everybody paid for their slot. And I found out everybody paid for their slot, and I'm in there being quiet because I'm the only one who didn't.
Right.
I didn't pay for my slot. I'm like, yo, you asked me to do this. You know what I mean? And then I found out that's how it's been being done for a minute. And then the shows get bigger, and they get bigger, and they get bigger. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And more people come, and more people come. But the thing is if somebody wants it that bad, they gonna pay for the same way how a motherfucker used to be able to pay for radio spins. Used to be able to go up there and put some money in the DJ hand that's at the radio station, and he'll play your record.
Right.
Same thing at the club. You go to the club, you put some money in the DJ hand, and you play a record. Now it's not really like that. You can't really do that no more. But people want to be seen so bad, they're gonna pay for it. And there is no greasing of palms. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There is no really nowhere a motherfucker can really actually take you. You know what I'm saying? But as long as I get in front of these people, yeah, that's all that matters. And I feel like sometimes promoters will see the fact that you got some naive people. It don't even got to be young. You just got to been doing this for a long time, and you want it bad enough, and ain't nobody told you no better. and you fall up under the eye of this guy. And when I say this guy, I'm not talking about one person in particular. There's people all over the whole world that act like this. But if you fall up under the eyes of this person that sees you don't know no better, I might be able to get you to come pay me to do a show and take all the money from the door. So everybody that you invited, not only did the artist pay me to do this, but everybody he invited paid me for him to do this for me for free.
And then would you say the finesse is, well, if you sell your tickets, you can keep your, is that how that goes? Like,
no, if you sell your tickets, you only get half. If you sell your tickets, you get half. So you got 10 tickets, you sell them for $10 a piece. You get 50 at the end of the day, and you're going to give half of that back.
But the promoters still eat at the end of the day.
Still.
Would you say that?
I did that before, and I bought the tickets my damn self and ended up handing them motherfuckers out. I handed them out to see people there because they couldn't even afford to pay the $10 to people I'm asking to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or who knows? Maybe they didn't want to. Right. Maybe they didn't want to pay the $10 on that.
But would you say that that's like the biggest finesse, like with the whole showcase thing?
I would say, don't ever let nobody come and ask you to be on a show and then ask you to pay to be on that same show, ever. And know what your worth is. That's why I said before, make sure that you know that you actually nice at this and you're not wasting your fucking time. Because if you wasting your time, somebody's gonna see that you don't know no better, and they're gonna try to just take your money and keep on putting you on shows to where you're not gonna go nowhere, and you're gonna keep on paying for exposure.
Right.
I think it is. I wouldn't say it's the biggest finesse, but you know, who am I to say what's the? I don't know what's the.
But it's a finesse for sure.
It's a finesse for sure. You gonna keep on finding somebody to sell a bridge in Brooklyn to. Somebody gonna buy it, bro. Somebody gonna believe you, bro.
Right.
And somebody gonna believe in themselves that I could really buy this bridge in Brooklyn from this nigga in Cleveland. Just saying, man. I'm just saying.
You recently just got engaged.
I did.
First of all, how does that feel?
That is amazing.
Okay.
To me, just when I look over and I just see your hand with the ring on it, you going in public with the ring on it, like, you know what I mean? Now, mind you, I know that also draws wolves in too. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not even like really even worried about that. Like on the low, just seeing that she proud to rock that ring like that, that's a special thing. And then also we had a bond for a long time, a really long time. Yeah,
I was gonna get into that. So y'all just recently got engaged, but you've been with your fiance for years, right? Like 18 years or longer than that?
Actually, no. So we were high school sweethearts.
Okay.
And we were together from 2007 to like 2010. And then in 2010, we split up. And that's actually when I moved to Florida. It's right after we split up. We split up, and then I moved to Florida for, like I said, the better part of a year. And then I came back, and I ended up with somebody else for a while, probably about close to like 10 years. And then me and my fiance kind of just started talking again, just talking.
So y'all didn't talk for a whole 10 years while you was in this other relationship?
No, like we spoke, like we still remain friends. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but I meant like, you know, y'all basically had broken up for 10 years.
yeah.
So
A little bit, like a little bit more than 10 years actually. But yeah, and then we came back and damn near picked up like we never left.
okay. I thought it was like a consistent on and off for
No, I was with my kids. I was my son's moms, or my son's moms. My son's mom. I was with her on and off for 10 years. It was majority of it was on, and then like right towards the end, it was on and off. Like probably about the last 3 years of that, and then but me and my fiance now, we had always been cool throughout all of that. Like
Right.
there was a moment where I felt like it was like disrespectful to talk to her, like right at the beginning of that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't talk as much then, but then like over time it was, we weren't talking all the time, but it was always love. Like whenever we talked though, so it was
right.
yeah, we was cool.
What advice would you give to somebody else that's same age, younger, that's about to get married? Like what's some shit like, man, bro, before you propose, make sure you do this or whatever.
Man, I would say be done with all of your outside expectations. Like bro, if you
Go ahead and say it, Skinner. Be done with them hoes.
yeah, bruh. Yeah, you gotta let the hoes go, bruh.
Yeah, be done with them
listen,
hoes,
bruh.
yeah.
Listen. But it even goes down to like once you get to a certain age, you want to see if you still got it, right?
Okay.
And I feel like there's a lot of men. Like I'm not the only person that thought about like I just want to see if I still got it. But like, if you feel like you gotta see if you still got it, then just stay by yourself. Because what if you feel like you've got to if you feel like you got to find out if you still got it, you're gonna do that whether you in a relationship or not.
Right.
You're gonna wonder, do I still got it, whether you in a relationship or not? And if you're wondering that, you have that inkling of that, just that thought that you can act on it. And if you're gonna act on it, don't even put that girl through that.
Right.
That's what I say. And then also too, when it comes to marriage, I believe that you get married one time, and that's it. It ain't, you know what I mean? Like it's like you gonna fight for what you got. So one of the biggest things that people fight about all the time that breaks up shit is finances. So
For
if
sure.
you don't feel like you are financially stable enough, or if you don't feel like that woman is staying next to you if you're not financially stable enough, or she's not financially stable enough, make sure that the financial part of that thing is gonna be solid. Whether y'all down or whether y'all up, make sure the financial part of that thing is gonna be solid before you decide this is gonna be the person I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. Because mine, I know I could be down and all the way the fuck out, right?
Right.
And as long as I'm doing the right things, as long as I'm not just fucking up and just doing the wrong things purposely, she'll hold me down, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm broke as fuck, I ain't basically worth shit because I ain't out here working, or I ain't out here pulling in no bread or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm also out here fucking with the hoes at the same time.
You cannot have it both ways.
No, sir, you can't see it. You can't steal second and still have your foot on first.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So like it can't be like, just make sure that your financial, make sure that you got all that lust out your system as far as it's gonna go, and make sure you redirect, if you do have lust, redirect it towards your woman, and then make sure that your finances are right, or make sure that if your finances are not right, that you really actually have the person that's gonna hold you down until y'all both get right. Y'all both get right.
I interviewed a lady by the name of young women, I should say, by the name of Tyra Washington.
Okay.
And she said that the problem with people is they don't have, people don't vet each other through a conversation. And she also said that through those conversations, you'll find out if somebody what their financial, but you got to have that conversation. Mm-hmm. Why do you feel like people don't have those types of conversations? Because financials is something that needs to be talked about, but it's not talked about. And then when shit happens, it's like, oh, I thought you really don't got it, or you really not. You know what I'm saying? Because
they thought you was cute enough to have your shit together. They thought it came. They thought it came because of the fact that you look manicured, because of the fact that you look put together. You gotta have your financial shit together. You gotta be able to know how to do that. Mm-hmm. So I don't even feel like I should have to ask you that, because every time I see you, you look like this. You stay well put together. You make sure that the stuff that you got on is new, and so if you wearing the new this, and I know how much that costs. I was in that store. I know how much that costs. So if you wearing all of this stuff, your finances got to be together until you find out the hard way. Until you look at it and be like, oh.
This where your money going.
Wait.
Yeah.
You spent your whole check on that outfit and you didn't pay your electricity that week when it was supposed to come out automatically?
Either that or like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be having vices too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you drink too much. You know what I'm saying? You smoke too much. You gamble.
Yeah.
Or bitch, you got a shopping problem.
Yeah. Man, Amazon is Amazon is a thug.
Shein,
the way they be taking your
Fashion
money,
Nova,
thugs, right?
Subscriptions to dumbass companies, like
like you don't have the question. Most of the time, you don't have the conversation. In my opinion, you don't have the conversation because you feel like, based off of what they presented to you, that you have enough figured out.
That's something else she said too. She said that she feel like men aren't confident to say like, I only make this amount of money.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's the case too, though, because man, all right, bad news travels fast, right? Like negative energy or negative shit is gonna get posted first most of the time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a fight get posted before you see somebody breaking up a fight. You know what I mean? The fight, or I should say, they might get posted at the same time, but the fight is gonna go viral before the breaking up of a fight goes viral, right? So most of the time, what people are seeing, because social media is running a lot of shit, is probably where they're gonna be looking at this right now. Like, social media is running it to the point where the first thing you see is somebody saying, broke ass nigga, I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So of course the man is gonna not want to tell you how much he making if he not making that much, or if he don't got that much, you know what I mean?
Or if Cheesecake Factory is just within my budget.
Exactly. That might just be within my budget this week, because I actually have a budget. Like, you gotta, like, people don't realize that sometimes y'all might be going to Cheesecake Factory or Applebee's because I have a certain amount of money that I refuse to go underneath. And just because you here does not mean that I'm about to go into my savings or outside of my budget because you got a pretty face and you might fuck, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying for I'm not fucking up my finances if for you might fucking, when I know for real, the motherfucker with the chain with the links this big,
right? He
fucking for free. She ain't asking no questions.
No, fake.
She ain't asking no questions, bro. That nigga just DoorDash Bojangles to the hotel room, fool. Motherfucker just DoorDash goddamn Long John Silver's to the hotel room, and she ain't asking no questions because the links on his chain this big. So she know he got it, and she'll be patient enough to see if maybe he give her something. Right. Versus the other nigga that got all his finances together and say, hey, yo, I have $300 left, and that's for a spare meal. That's for if I decide I want to splurge, I'm going to spend $300. And then you can go to Cheesecake Factory and go get whatever you want. We can get a bottle of wine or something. You know, you can get whatever you want if you got your little $300 that you can spend on a one-time thing. Right. But if that's fucking up my finances, I'm not about to let you do that. But let her hear that. Let her, all she got to hear is Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
If it's not Marble Room, why are you even talking to me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I worked in Marble Room.
You say you work there?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
It's nice. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. But you're not about to fuck up my budget for it.
When did you feel like it got like that, like so transactional?
Man, I feel like it always been transactional. Prostitution is the is the oldest form of employment, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the longest living form of employment, man. Women have always been able to, should they want to, be able to talk to a motherfucker and say, yo, this is not enough for me. And should he be the right one, he'll go above and beyond to make sure that whatever she wants happens. So if she don't want Cheesecake Factory, then you know what I mean. But I feel like when did it?
I feel like
it has been happening as long as jealousy has been a thing.
Right.
Because as soon as somebody saw, hey, why are we in the same restaurant? Why are they sitting there and we not? Mm-hmm. Well, that table costs $600 more than this table costs to get. So I mean, but you know what I mean. Well, I want that table. Right. If you can't give me that table, I'll find somebody who can give me that table.
Right.
But some people, like, everybody not like, all women not like that. But it's a mass majority of women that they gonna go for what they know is gonna benefit them the most.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not to say that men don't, but we see women do it without caring as much how they get judged or whatever.
I feel like a lot of things have been what they are, but the fact that people are talking about it and shedding light on it, I think that's the problem. Because it's a lot of things that was, like you say, it's a lot of things that was already a thing, like the whole 50-50 conversation or who does what. Mm-hmm. It kind of comes across as like really speaking from like really both genders, to be honest, like men and women. Mm-hmm. Once you start speaking on things that kind of already go without being said, it comes across as like I feel entitled or obligated. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
as a receiver or whatever the case is, like I feel you're obligated to do that for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And have somebody who don't mind giving. I don't want to feel like you're entitled to what I'm already going to give you.
All it takes is for somebody to say out loud what you was already thinking.
Say that again?
All it takes is for somebody else to say out loud what you was already thinking.
Right.
So if you had it in your mind like, man, I really wanted that. Like, I don't see why. There ain't no reason why I shouldn't have that. Why I don't deserve that. Ain't no reason why you know, he shouldn't get that for me. Once they see somebody else have it, and then they see somebody else say, girl, ain't no reason why you don't got this. Blase skip that. He should have been got you that.
And then that's where the
and now you like, you know what? I'm about to stand up for myself. And you know what? This is what I want. And if you know what I mean? Expectation is you're inviting disappointment. If you expect something, you are inviting disappointment. That's the worst way
to fuck up a relationship.
I'll say it's the easiest. Yeah, it's the easiest way to fuck up a relationship is for there to be expectations. Now you can also have boundaries. Boundaries are different than expectations. But boundaries are you gonna let somebody know this is what I'll take and what I won't take, and then if we come to agreement that this is not working the way that my boundaries are set up, you know what I mean. But that's not expecting somebody to do that already. And even when you set the boundary, if you expect that they're going to be able to reach the boundary or that they're going to stay within those boundaries, then you might be letting yourself down right then. You know what I mean? Because you have to go into it expecting the unexpected. Like you have to go, don't expect shit when you're going into something like that. Like, because you're just going to get your feelings hurt at the end of the day.
Would you feel like the key to keeping a successful relationship or marriage together?
Man,
or personally,
I'll tell you this. I've been in a. This is about to sound fucked up, but I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
I was in a fucked up relationship longer than I was in a good relationship.
Okay.
So I'm not the best person to ask on what the key to the good thing is because the good thing to me hasn't been good as long as the bad thing was bad. You know what I'm saying? But if you're asking what's kept me good and kept us good in our relationship, has been the fact that no matter what, you always can still run back to me. Whether I'm mad at you, whether you mad at me, whether like if there's something going on that's not between the two of us or something like that, or even if there is something going on between the two, like whatever mishap there is or whatever problem there is, you still could come back to me every time. And I feel like that's if you can make it comfortable enough to be able to do that, I feel like it at least puts you in the right direction. But as far as what's the key, I ain't got that yet though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure things out too, and I'm rather young as far as life goes. You know what I mean? So I'm not even gonna say that I know.
Yeah, no, that
you know.
That's why I said when I said as far as you being married, you know, because as far as where you're at with that, you are young to be making that, you know, that next step. What's up with some new music?
So new music is actually coming. I have well, I don't want to say their names. There's a few features that I have done. There's a few features that I'm writing that I'm going to be. You're probably going to hear me throughout, probably like all of 2026 on some features, and then I'm also working on the official Skinner's Home, the album. So I have a mixtape called Skinner's Home, and it's on SoundCloud. Okay. Right. So I have a mixtape called Skinner's Home, and now what I want to do is I want to take some of the best parts of that, not taking any of the songs, but taking some of the feeling of what I was doing when I was making that stuff, and the type of songs that I was making when I was making that stuff, and I'm turning that feeling into an album. So I'm writing all new stuff.
Okay, original beats,
man. Okay, you gonna see. You finally gonna see. Okay, you finally gonna see Skinner's Home being able to be on DSPs, man, because they gonna have original beats. You'll actually have another body of work to look at. Okay, instead of Apollo.
Adolescent knowledge.
Adolescent knowledge, bro. That shit is crazy.
Skinner,
I cannot believe I talked about that shit, man.
Man, appreciate you coming in, bro, man. Like I say, I feel like, you know, you haven't gotten your just due. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man.
You definitely been on the scene for some time now. You know, and I feel like it ain't no reason why, like, you know, you are a voice within the local music scene, and you know, it's not a lot of material on you. Whether it's somebody you've been on somebody's podcast, no visuals really, no
only
music.
A few,
you know what I'm saying. It's not really a lot out there. You know what I'm saying. So this can be another piece added to your catalog. You know what I'm saying.
I appreciate you.
Looking forward to the album coming out.
Skinner's Home, the album, man.
Looking forward to it coming out.
Yeah.
And you know when you drop it, man, pull back up and come see me.
Oh, you know I will. You know I will. And listen though. I want to get vinyls.
Okay.
I want to get vinyls because that's one thing I feel like not a lot of people doing.
Even if you know it's crazy, bro. Even if you do get vinyls, well, not if, but when you get vinyls, give me a copy, bro. And because I want to start having shit on the wall.
Absolutely.
From everybody that I interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so hell yeah, bro.
That'll be dope.
Skinner Hendrix.
You know it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Damn, what's this?
The Untouchables, baby.